Well, there you have it. Uh, this right here is a haul that I basically did while I was gone in Montana. And Kelly's Comics in Great Falls, Montana. Boy, let me tell you. Um, hmm. All right, well, I want to start with that Doctor Strange, but let me go through this first, real quick. Okay, so this is more apropos. All right, so we have Hawkeye, the hip hop cover. You notice there it says free. There were quite a few books. If I bought so much, he just started giving books to me from this box. Deep State by Justin Jordan. Cool 40 Winks comic that I saw. That was cool. The Gamora and Avengers #2 with a cool Kang cover. I don't know if that's Alex Ross, but it was nice. I'd never seen it, so I dug it. Yeah, gifted to me issue 1 and 2 of Robbie Reyes, Ghost Rider. I saw this one in there and I had to get it because I just love that cover of Triggerman. Hard case Titan Comics. That was given free. And then the rest of this haul, everything in here, I'm going to say is going to be between cover price and $1. So $4 to $1. And I loved this cover. It's kind of a controversial cover. She is really into herself, if you know what I mean. But this Grindhouse #8, Nebulina. I don't know how tough it is to find. I have a copy of this already, but I couldn't pass up when I saw a second one. Finally honing in on the rest of this. Got an issue 1 here of Frankenstein and the Legion of Evil. It's a Black Hammer crossover thing. That's issue 1, issue 3, and issue 4. This was in there too. Oh, this is on the free thing too. Wildstorm #8. I mean, there you go. Promethea #3. This is just a replacement for the fact that maybe 10 years ago when Promethea came out, I dropped the short box and damaged probably 1 through 4 of Promethea pretty badly. So I'm just kind of picking up one. This Fell. This was kind of cool. 7 and 9 of Fell. Slowly piecing that Warren Ellis series from Image together. And that was $1. This was $1 too, and I couldn't believe it. 851 Batman Detective. I have a graded 850, and this will go very nicely with it. For a Livewire appearance, I thought I couldn't pass this up for $1. That was kind of cool. Speaking of covers that I can't pass, this J.G. Jones, that skull burial ground thing is just so cool. Look at that skull right there in the middle. So awesome. Yeah, I've been mainly picking up that for the J.G. Jones covers. Similar with these, if I ever see a Bermejo cover, I tend to want to grab it. So that's the reason for Suicide Squad 7. For $1, appearance of Kate Kane in the weekly 52 Exposed. That was kind of cool. Didn't have a copy of that. Also managed to find a full run of Deathstroke, but this was the 19 copy that they had, and I thought that 19 was kind of hard to find for a while, so I threw it in the haul. He had this one as well, another copy of this in spectacular shape, and so I love that cover. It was Albuquerque cover. The interior there is supposedly Clayface. Well, you get the idea. This I saw in there. I had to buy another copy of this just because it's going to be an iconic cover, I think, for the future. Superman 10. This I didn't have a copy of, and finally I do. This was kind of nice. This was a $4 comic, so, you know, that's cool. I was down with that. This too, I didn't have a copy of, so I picked that up in his shop. I was really surprised at what was there versus what was not there. In this case, Deadpool Killustrated. This is #4, and Number 2, the Huck Finn cover. I didn't have that series. I think I just need the 3 now. Also, I did not have Thanos number 1. So now I have that book. This book is another one I did not have that he, surprisingly, he still had, was the 218 to Punisher. I actually put my hands on a whole run of Moon Knight, but I only bought the Warren Ellis part. First prints of issue 4 and 5. I would have bought the 2 and 3, but they were just too spine kinked for me to pick up. But the Jordi Belair stuff on that was amazing. I was so lucky to just start picking up a lot of Granoff Vader. This here is issue 1, Vader Granoff from the first series. Issue 2, killer cover. Love that. Again with the Granoff number 4. Issue 3, Vader is the first appearance of Dr. Aphra, so I wasn't as surprised that wasn't there. Kind of a cool cover, if that's supposed to be Tatooine and Vader's shadow on Luke's home, but that's number 7, Granoff. Love this issue 9 Granoff cover. Man, oh man, love it. $4. Same with this cover, but this is, I think, the next series, the second series, and I didn't have an issue 2, so right on. New book from the week. He did manage to have Mata Hari number 2, which I was grateful because I really liked the number 1. This staggered me that he had Young Guns covers still on the shelf, and they hadn't gone. He had the I always say Del Mundo, and it's not. It's sorry. This cover is Marvel 2-in-1, and it is the Del Mundo cover, but he had it for $4, and I thought it was in flawless shape, so I said, excellent. I was trying to buy 2 copies of each cover, and I thought that was a great start. But he also had 2 copies of this book, the amazing one with from Aaron Cooter, and he had $4 on those as well. He even pointed it out. He said, oh, you got 2 copies of this one. I said, oh, yeah, I'm buying 2 copies of those. He was surprised. I did manage to find issue 2 Wolverine, first Gabby, Honey Badger. I obviously really would love to find that Lopez cover. And in fact, I missed it on eBay today. One Lopez cover went for $116, I think it was. Finally got my Tick number 1. Yes, very cool. It's not the Plashkowitz cover, the guy who did Arsenic Lullaby, but that's still, I'm cool with that. I did manage to get these. These were really cool. The Hammer Glamour cover, they called them, from Captain Kronos, Vampire Hunter. The whole set of these had the photo covers from the original series story, and they're just really cool. And the story's really good too, by the way. All right, speaking of, let's just get real for a quick second. That X-Men Blue 21 Stephanie Hans cover that people are putting outrageous amounts of money on, why aren't people freaking out on this cover? This cover of Storm by Stephanie Hans is absolutely amazing. So I put this as a single issue on up against a lot of those other supposed killer Delato, all that kind of stuff. It's amazing. This is a great cover. Don't know what it's worth or even if anyone has sought it out, but there you go. I saw it and had to buy it. That was amazing. Really happy to have found Infinity 18, primarily with very, very, almost no problems. All black cover. Going to be happy when that matures. Not bloody, but X-Force still. X-Force number 1. This here, I couldn't believe he had these in his bins. He had 1 copy of each. 792, 793, 794, 795. All cover price, $4. So I was happy about that. Now, as you all know, Weekly Comic Book people. You know, $4, $4 adds up pretty quick. But I would rather buy those type of books at cover price after the fact than any. And speaking of, another book I did not have, first appearance of Baby Groot, $4. Love this black cover of Thor. It's number 8. I'm still not sure how to sort out the numbers, Mighty Thor versus regular Thor versus Unworthy Thor versus, you know, who knows what they're going to renumber it to. But Thor is awesome. Managed to find issue 1 of Miss Marvel and this Miss Marvel. So, what the heck? Figured that was cool. One of the few remaining issues I'm missing from Hawkeye. This is issue 7. I think I'm only missing issues 2 and 6 of that first Hawkeye series. I also managed to find this whole, well, no, not the whole run, but darn close. The Angela Asgard Assassin. That's issue 5, 3, and the reason I'm showing these again is the Stephanie Hans covers. Stephanie Hans on Angela is pretty cool. Look at that cover. Bam. And it says, you know, in the corner, SH. You know, so that was kind of neat. This is backwards too, but this is the Queen of Hell with the Thor appearance. I was real happy to see that. Number 6. Number 5. Number 4. Beautiful Stephanie Hans cover. Number 3. No, number 2. It was too kinked up. I left it. And then this is a Sienkiewicz, Bill Sienkiewicz, number 1, Angela. And this one here, Frank Cho, the last issue of Skyborn, number 5. I have a full run of that now. And once again, this is Bone, number 1. This is the Image series, number 1. And since I really recently just picked up the, not the first prints, but Bone number 1 and 2 from the original series, I just said, what the heck. All right, moving on real quick. This should go quick. DMZ. All of these books were $1, and I got 2. Was that issue 3? I don't know. 4. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 33. I had the other Blood in the Game issues, but they were all kind of kinked up, so I left them. 39, 40, 44, 49, 50, 51, and 66. So that wasn't too bad. Count all those up. How many was that? I don't know. It was like $26, $27, $28. I don't know how much it was. But I was totally stoked about that. Also, I was really amazed when he said that no one seemed to have been paying any attention to these. He had them in there for quite a while. This one here is Dark Horse Presents issue 20. Offhand, I can't quite remember what the significance of this was, but this book is in beautiful, beautiful shape. Beautiful shape, and I was happy to get that. And then right behind it, I started seeing these. So this is issue 53, 54, 55, 56, 2 copies, and a beautiful 57, all square bound and nice. 57, issue 60. And I was so happy when I saw this one here was the 62. All right. And there's one copy behind there, but should I show it? This was another freebie. This was another free Haunted Love I said, what the heck? It's got a cool skull cover. So that was that. All right. Now, I had to redo this haul because of a crash phone situation, but I was glad I did, because on the trip that I had yesterday, I just stuck my head into a shop and I came up with this exquisite, beautiful, unbelievable copy of Doctor Strange. Number 1, the Brunner art, beautiful skull right there on the front. Frank Brunner, Skull Man. Oh man, just let me tell you, I had a copy of this book that I've been trying to negotiate with a comic book store, and the guy had $190 on arguably a really nice, condition book. But this book smoked it, blew that away. And I got this book here for $40. I was so stoked when I left that place. And there's one more book I'm going in there to get. I'm going in to check that out. I'm going to call him on it next week, but that's going to be a Captain Marvel #1, the blue cover. Oh boy, that's going to be nice. I'm going to land that one hopefully soon. Managed also to pick up some stuff there. Sync #5, which I missed, but I got. Of course, I have to always hunt down my copy of Berlin. Go back and see my previous vids on Berlin, that story. This is issue 22. Wonder Woman 43, which was sold out in my area. I did manage to find a copy. Excellent, excellent freezing cover. Look at that. Awesome. And, this didn't need to be in there. This I already showed already, but this is Adi Granov on the #1 of the most recent series, Vader. And boom. Last but not least, the guy did give me one thing too I thought was so cool. He gave me this collection of 24-hour comics: Accidental Tortoise, The Potlatch Infestation, James K. and the Amazing Monochromatic Steam Coat, Castle in the Sand, Me and My Monkey, Gypsy, which was actually kind of interesting, and probably my favorite cover looking one, Zombie Love. But the inside was just miserably horrible. Some of the rest of those were actually pretty good. All right. Well, I had to lug that whole short box back on the plane in my underfoot storage, and I did so happily. Big shout outs to, comics in Montana. Anyway, there you go. Spope Service. Peace.